Hello, I'm Mario Pawner, and welcome back to Let's Play Megaman 0. I'm sorry. It's just, it was I who recreated the duplication of X. Wait, what? Recreated the duplicate? Stop kidding me, seriously? How'd they get past... Did they proofread this stuff? That's why. You don't have to apologize. It's not your fault, despite it's clearly your fault. You did what you did because you thought it would be good for everyone. Please just leave everything to me now. Zero, thank you. God, well, it kinda is Zero's fault, but yeah, like Zero said, it was an accident, dude. Didn't expect, Copy X to be a real jerk and try to, I don't know, destroy everyone, and this is where I look like an idiot, because I realized, yep, there's a trans server, yeah, you can go back to the base, you can sort out your cyber elves right here before the final level in the boss rush, and I didn't know about this earlier, and now I look like a dummy, in front of everyone. So yeah, now we just got one level left, and the boss rush, and the final boss. Yep, there's only 3 fortress stages, and then it will be the end of the game. I'm happy I could beat you. If it were not for you, everyone would be gone by now. Promise me you'll come back. Even if you can't destroy New Arcadia, I just want you to be able to return safely. Oh, that's sweet of you, and it's nice we're such good friends, but the whole point is to stop New Arcadia. I mean, what's the point of me coming back if I couldn't, do what I set out to do? Oh well, I guess this time Zero at least has an idea what he's fighting for! And so now we start the final mission with a unique music track. I actually looked up in the Mythos remix, and oh, by the way, the final stage is actually kind of hard. But you can cheat, but I decided to choose it by using this one cyber elf, which turns all the regular enemies in the stage, all of the regular enemies, into mets, or metals. As little construction hat guys. Thereby making the actual level part of the final stage relatively easy, considering they're weak and go down in one hit. See? Look at those guys. Aren't they so cute and pathetic and easy? And yeah, cyber elves are awesome. This one didn't even require me to feed it any energy crystals. They make the game a whole lot easier. Only problem is they lower your rank, and they also require a lot of sorting and effort, and kind of hard to find occasionally. And the good ones, really good ones, are hard to find. But here we are at the boss rush. We have to fight 4 of the mission bosses again, and we have to fight all 4 of the guardians of Master X again. Fortunately, you have our weaknesses. Everything returns to soil in the end. Now it's time for you to do so too. So now I have to fight Anubis again, and I totally screw up what I thought was his weakness. It turns out, despite being, in a hot area, his weakness is fire for some reason. Lightning doesn't do any damage to him, and ice just does regular damage. Remember how I thought? Well, he's a lot easier with his weakness, to put it mildly. And because, your health has been increased, you have probably ever some things on your side, and you also always have all the boss's weaknesses. The boss rush is not too bad, especially considering they give you practically full health after beating each boss. So yeah, it's not too much of a problem. And you can really take this guy down really quickly, because you can just make him fall down in just 2 hits, charged up hits. Which means he doesn't really have a chance to get his zombies in on you, or throw his staff at you. Sure, I know it kind of breaks his AI, but it makes the boss fight manageable. See? Nowhere near as difficult as before. I remember back when I first played, I didn't know boss had weaknesses. Good old days. And yep, they give you a small and a large energy pellet after each boss fight. Sorry, but look at this guy again. I still can't believe you defeated me. It's such a disgrace. Yeah, I must redeem myself by terminating you. Get ready. He's not really... Well, he has new attacks, which means he actually has a chance of hitting you, but the same strategy actually works. You're gonna get hit a couple times, but you can get hit a couple times. That's because you have a health bar for it. I think he has a homing lightning attack or something like that, which is actually able to damage you despite you being high up on the... Yeah, like that there. Just jump up and then try to ram into you. And he also fires more lightning bolts, but the point is, you can take a few hits, and it's still really kind of dumb. But it's interesting they actually upgraded them, because all the rest of the bosses haven't been upgraded at all. I think the developers realized, hey, this guy's too weak and pathetic. We need to make him stronger, but he's still too easy. And, oh, look, it's this guy again. Outdated Reploid garbage. You should have remained in your place of rest. You'll regret not staying there. Time to exit. Yep, and his Narm-tastic yell makes his hilarious return. Weak to the fire chip for some reason again, and yeah, well, stay along with me. Ooh. Ooh. Wonk. Ow. Don't knock me into your icicles. Don't Goomba stomp me. I'll show you the Goomba. Teach you the Goomba stomp, the Great Zero. Yeah, ooh yourself. And yeah, not too terribly hard. I mean, I think some of the bosses use slightly better attacks and strategies this on the second turn, or that could just be, I don't know, the game. I think the game randomized how difficult things are. So according to this guy, whatever his name is, he's gotten smarter, but the boss fight hasn't changed at all since last time. So I guess story and gameplay segregation or something like that. He fights almost exactly the same as last time. So yeah, and I'm really impressed with how this fight turned out, considering I didn't get hit once. I mean, gosh, despite the bosses having double and triple health bars, they go down about as quickly as typical Megaman bosses, because your weaknesses just deal so darn much damage. It's actually a lot of fun. Although, arguably, the point of double and triple health bars is kind of neutered. Until you, because they go down in pretty much the same amount of time. Also, I noticed something in all of the videos. This isn't caused by my recording. I think it's part of the Game Boy Advance's emulator's built-in recorder. And the sound lags. It's off by a couple seconds, actually. I don't know what's been causing this, but if I ever redo this Let's Play, I'll do my best to fix it. And any future Let's Plays, if there's anything like this, I'll have it fixed. Because, you know, I just try to do quality work. And there's a door or something up there to the right in that platform out of sight. But only problem is there's a flying guy there, and I'm not too terribly interested enough to care about it, so I just continued on. It's amazing how much easier this level's made by getting rid of all the annoying enemies and replacing them with less annoying ones. And they're just handing out health like candy here, aren't they? And why they decided to hand out the health here like candy and instead of later like candy, I don't know. And instead, this is the second game. I have a chain crawl. I can get over there, but well, we can't. The dash jump doesn't go far enough. So now I have to have rematches with the 4 Guardians. Yep. And they're just annoying or powerful as ever. This is not a place for someone like you. You will regret coming here. So yeah, it's Harpuya again. Speak to the ice chip, and it's one of the cooler bosses in the game. I have to mention that earlier. I have to say that anyway, because Harpuya is a pretty cool character, and we get into why and more character development for him later in the series. But it's also a pretty interesting and unique boss. It's a lot of fun, and it's not too terribly hard, especially if you have the weakness. And I've even beat this boss with only getting hit once. It's pretty darn impressive. Just a quick note about this boss: you're gonna want to hit Harpuya when he's on the side of the screen. That way, you have enough room to dodge his triple beam sword attack. Because if he's in the middle of the screen, or if he's close to you when you hit him, good luck dodging those. Also, I didn't really give him a chance to pull it off, but when he pauses like that, he's trying to throw these attack drone drills at you, and that's kind of hard to dodge. No, I'll never forget this. Let me teleport off. Emba's drills, but I didn't give a chance to pull it off, because I'm awesome like that. And, God, I wish I knew which boss this is. Oh, look, it's Phantom. Give light to the people. Heh. Give death to Mavericks. No one shall disgrace Master X. Your termination will now commence. And so yeah, it's Phantom again. He doesn't have a weakness like earlier. It's probably best to use the Mega Buster, or Zero Buster, like earlier. His dash attack is annoying, like it was earlier. But there is one fundamental difference during the fight, which Or let's just say you want to be on the other side of the screen as him when you finish him off. When you're on the opposite side of the screen as he is when you finish him off. And that's why we use part of the reason why we're using the Buster. You'll see why once I finish him off. He's really not a terribly hard boss. For the first time you fight him, you're probably not going to win. Especially if you're rank A and his desperation attack involves him becoming invisible and just throwing kunai at you. That's never fun. Never really is. Oh, I also managed to level up my Buster Shot during the middle of a boss fight. Awesome, I guess. His doppelganger spin can be avoided pretty easily, dodged or countered pretty easily by seeing which form is solid looking. Although occasionally he does like to fool you, like he did right there. It's a pretty cool attack. It's not too terribly hard to dodge or counter, right? It's more like a counter. His dash attack is kind of annoying though. And yeah, finish him off on the other side of the screen. Impossible! How could I? I won't allow you to reach where Master X is. I'll take you with me. And so he self-destructs and shoots out these instant death explosions at you. But because I'm on the other side of the screen, they couldn't hit me. And a spectacular attempt at finishing me off and taking me down with him failed miserably. But if you're close to him, you're probably going to get hit by it, and you're probably going to die and have to restart this section over again, and that's not fun. I've been looking forward to playing with you again. Oh god, this sounds, I don't know, wrong. Yeah, that sounds wrong. You have no chance to survive, make your time, or win this time, and yeah, it's Leviathan again, and that's about it. Weak to fire, and I did worse in this recording than I did in the original one, because of stupidity like that, and like that. The really annoying attack with hers are ice, or spike ice balls, because they like to clog up the screen, and if you try to use your fire attack to get rid of them, you won't have a fire attack to hurt her with. And she can sap away your health pretty fast. But to counter, you can get her in a lock with your fire strikes. So it's kind of balanced, I guess. Also, you can dash under a swooshing dive. It's a lot of fun, actually, and I came this close to dying during this fight. Puff. Just audible puffs like that. You won. I am happy I met someone that can defeat me. I've been looking for a blood like you. I'll personally terminate you someday. I don't know whether to be creeped out or vaguely happy, because that just sounded weird. And now we have Fenrir, and he does actually have an improvement. He likes to shoot 2 separate shots. Welcome. I've been expecting you. You've kept me waiting for quite some time, so please don't give up too easily. Let's get started. So yeah, he has this one attack where he fires 2 small fireballs some distance apart. They are hard to dodge. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and that's pretty much the only change to the fight, but it makes things so much more difficult. Seriously. And he still weak to Thunder Chip, and do whatever you do, don't let him get caught by his dash attack. It really, really hurts. You can get him into a lock with the Thunder Chip. Yeah, no, not yet, but I can't move my leg. So be it. I'll let you live for a little while longer. Farewell. And he teleports away like everyone else. God, and I actually messed up and got owned a couple times against him, which I thankfully edited out. And well, that's the end of the boss rush, which they have in 2 separate segments. And now all we have is more mechs and a really annoying platforming well, it's not so much annoying as there's a Met in your way of this one jump you need to make. God, these enemies here are so annoying. Amazing. With the power of Cyber Elves, you make the game so much easier. And by the way, if in case you're interested, no, I never used Klaka, the time slow Cyber Elf. It might have made the final boss a lot easier, but I never used it like an idiot. Somehow. And now here's this jump. You need to dash jump up that wall in order to be able to get up to that platform on the left. Yeah, only problem is there's mooks there, and only problem is there's those guys that are shooting you and being in your way and knocking you off, and Eventually, after messing up like 4 times, I decided to just use the Buster, which is a smart idea in the first place. I don't like using the Buster. I like the sword more, but the game has moments where it's legitimately better to use the Buster, so I don't know, it gets a bit aggravating. But well, we're here, the final stretch, the last corridor before the final boss, and great. And this is where all the enemies decide to stop dropping health. And this is where it would be a good place to place one of the... This would be a good spot to put one of those large health power-ups here instead of 2 in a row back earlier in the level where I didn't need them. And yep, there's the final boss door right there. But no, I want to have full health because it's the final boss. It's kind of hard. Okay, it's not too terribly hard, but it is the hardest boss in the game in my opinion. And it shouldn't be taken lightly. At all. And so yeah, we have full health. So I'll see you next part with the final boss. Good night, everybody.